Well, this is a weird way to start a podcast.
I know we got something to share that's underneath this blanket. So do we just go right into it? Should we just share?
I thought you said that was too soon.
I think we're ready.
Are we ready?
Okay, guys, cue the drum roll. We're going to announce where we are moving. And because a lot of people have suspicions and speculation. Some people are saying California. Some people are saying Nashville.
Some people have said Charleston.
Some people are saying, someone said Egypt.
Egypt.
But
someone said Germany.
So cue the drum roll. We are moving to Oklahoma. Thunder up, dude.
I don't know if I can say that. I'm still a Mavs girl.
Thunder up.
Yeah, he made me wear this jersey. I feel like I'm betraying my state, my loyalty, my city.
Someone killed a fattened calf. Your son, the prodigal son, has returned, some would say.
I cannot believe this. I always thought my son would be a Texan.
Everyone and their mom thought we were going to Nashville.
Everyone.
Listen, guys, we're not hopping on the bandwagon. We can make our own decisions.
Which also, if you want to go to Nashville, that's fine. I think you should be allowed to go.
Everyone is moving to Nashville.
But it is the next hot thing to do is to go to Nashville if you're an influencer. And a lot of the comments were, I bet it's Nashville because they're influencers.
Listen, okay, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about why. We got to talk about, because a lot of people might say Oklahoma.
Why Oklahoma?
Where the wind comes sweeping down the plain? Like that seems to be all they know about it. They think it's a lot of people go, I am upset, Janine.
Who?
The pretentiousness of Dallas and Texas and, the amount of people we've said we're moving to Oklahoma and the dirtiest eyes we get.
Yeah, they're just like, why?
Oklahoma.
I even had DMs being like, I'm really disappointed you're leaving Texas. Like, they just thought I would stay in Texas forever.
There's a loyalty to Texas.
100%. And I'm from here. I get it. I am a Texas forever kind of gal. Trust me. This was not easy for me in the beginning. Let me tell you.
We gotta go backstory.
Okay. We need to rewind to dating. Well, actually, let's say something really fast.
Okay.
This show is sponsored by Betterhelp. Who's your support system and how has it changed your life? For me, asking for help was a turning point. There was a time when I felt overwhelmed and I didn't know how to manage it all. And I learned that seeking support from others, whether a therapist, a mentor, a pastor, a friend, is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. In a world that often values hyper independence, it's easy to forget that we're all better when we have a support system behind us. Therapy can be that support, offering guidance and the tools we need to navigate life's challenges. It's not just for big struggles, but it's for anyone looking to grow and be the best version of themselves. BetterHelp makes it easy and affordable to access therapy. With over 30,000 credentialed therapists available online, you can find the perfect match to help you grow. Plus, you can switch therapists at no cost, ensuring you get the support you truly need. Build your support system with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/happyhealthy to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/happyhealthy.
If you don't know who we are, hi, I'm Janine. This is my husband, Caleb.
And we're Oklahomans.
We are soon to be Oklahomans. We have our first baby boy on the way. And this is the backstory and the story of why we are moving to Oklahoma. I wanted to say, sorry we made you wait so long. You guys are, there was people that were really mad. They're like, why didn't you tell us sooner?
Today's the first day we are officially under contract.
Yeah.
So we've known we're going to be moving there for a while, but it's taken months for our house to sell and to buy a new house.
To prepare to sell this one.
Yeah.
To find another house that we wanted to move into.
Guys, the new house is amazing.
We're so grateful.
Keep going into the backstory.
So let me just rewind all the way to dating and then we'll fast forward again. When Caleb and I
first
started dating, he was
the first date.
I think he said something like, I'm from Oklahoma. And I said, just so you know, if this ever progresses, I will never move to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And you were like, bet I'd never make you do that.
At the time, and even 6 months ago to a year ago, I was like, the idea of ever moving to Oklahoma never really crossed my mind.
Well, you
And so-
were done with Oklahoma.
Yeah. So at the time I was like, bet, like, no worries. Like I'm probably never going to move there. And
God said,
okay. So guys, Nashville was where we were going to move. Nashville was it. We were looking at houses there.
Yep.
Like Maddie, Grant, all of our friends live there.
two of my best friends are out there, his best friends. I mean, it makes sense why people want to move out there. I mean, there's faith, family, nature, all of our best friends. I mean, there's amazing community. Every time we visit, we love it.
But
we get the hype.
When we were going to look at houses there, something just didn't feel right.
It did not feel right.
It didn't feel like home. No. And yes, we have a lot of friends there. It made sense, even, with what we do. And I'm trying to get into law school, which I have some updates on that. And it never felt like home. And then when we had the baby, or when we're about to have the baby, when Janine got pregnant, you start looking at your life, we're missing so many memories with our family. We started looking at real estate prices in Oklahoma, like if we sold our house here.
Yeah.
And we were just like, I remember I floated the idea. I was at the gym over a year ago, and I was like, Janine, what if I went to law school in Oklahoma, and my dad went there, my cousin went there, we could get a nice house. We're only 3 hours away from Dallas. Like, but what if? And Janine said, Caleb, like, you're shaking your head, but you did respond like, if that's what God has, like, I
was open.
You were like, if that's what God has, but I don't think you thought at the moment that it would ever come to fruition. And then we were in New York City with Maddie and Grant. This is the night that changed it all.
Was it really?
We should tell the story. So New York City, Christmas Day, we're sitting there at dinner, and they were in Waco, and they were just like, guys, like, Waco's amazing. Y'all should move. And I was joking, but I was like, I think we're going to move to Oklahoma eventually. After we said that, like, we kind of said it as a joke, but Maddie and Grant were like, honestly, like, we could see y'all in Oklahoma. Like, Caleb's from there. He could go to law school there. You have family. They were like, that kind of makes sense.
Baby wasn't even on the radar at this point, because obviously both of us weren't even trying, weren't even pregnant, wasn't even on the horizon. But they were like, hey, based off our experience of, going to a smaller town, just being really connected in a church, like, it has changed our marriage, changed our life. And we had been, kind of in the hustle and bustle of Dallas, and Dallas has gotten very hustle and bustly. It's not small town vibes. It's not like the South, really. Dallas has gotten very busy.
It's busy.
And not that at that time we were like, oh, we're moving, but we were just, throwing ideas out there. Like, what if we move somewhere else for his law school?
Well, and we thought about going to law school in Dallas. There's probably a lot of questions like, why don't you just go to law school in Dallas? And the honest truth is, we would just have way more help with the baby in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. I could go to law school there. My dad went to this law school. So I would be a legacy. And then, honestly, we could buy an awesome piece of property, where a bigger home where we could raise our kid in, host, and do a lot of things that we want to do. But also, like, it's a new adventure. And what started out as kind of like talking about it in the air never really felt real until...
What, the baby?
Until the baby came.
Oh, yeah. The baby changed everything. Yeah.
It was like all of our... Because you and I like the city. We do. We like the niceness of Dallas. We love
having things to do. And, so I'll even go back to engagement. When Caleb was like, hey, I want to go to law school, we were engaged, and we were like, babe, we could do anything. Like, we thought we were going to wait 2 years to have a kid. And so we considered Charleston School of Law. We considered Boston. We considered New York. I was like, what about UCLA? I mean, we threw out a ton of ideas.
My LSAT scores weren't high enough for a lot of those places.
Which, do you want to talk about getting that back?
We'll get in. We'll
get back to that. And even when we were engaged, we went out to Charleston. We got our wedding bands. While we were out there, we were like, let's go ahead and look at Charleston School of Law. Just because we were like, let's just go see what else is out there. And even that just didn't feel right. And literally, you guys, all that first year, not that we were ever just trying to like not be present in Dallas and not live in the moment, but we always knew that we wanted to possibly move and start an adventure somewhere. We didn't know when that would be. And with the baby, it just changed things. And we really, really thought it would be Nashville. We prayed and we prayed and we prayed. And you know what's funny? I did a whole episode on like why waiting on the Lord is so important. that episode was about Nashville. That episode was about us almost impulse buying to Nashville. Like literally we were like, let's just do it. You
We
remember?
almost put an offer on a house.
We literally were like, should we just do it? And we were like, let's just do it.
We almost did it.
And we did not feel peace.
And it was great. We waited another year. Our value in our house went up a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so much went into it. So I graduated and we were like, okay, it's now time to take the LSAT. It's time to, and this was the most difficult part of the process. This was so challenging. And you and I had a lot of anxiety about this. Was when I graduated, we were like, do we full send it in Oklahoma with faith that I'll eventually get into law school there? Because we didn't know my LSAT scores. We didn't know anything. And so we started the process of selling the house before I even took the test.
Which I know some might say that's a little
because
risky.
The baby comes in May.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's start this process. And so we started looking at homes there, and it did feel like home. It felt like it was the hard decision, but the right decision.
Yeah.
And it felt like it wasn't the sexy decision, but it felt like the most beautiful decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think too, I told Caleb I never shut the idea down because obviously I made that joke. I said, I will never, never, never move there. And I think it's just because Texans and Oklahomans like typically have rival. Like I went to Texas, University of Texas. OU is like my rival school, and so is OSU. Sorry, I almost said SMU.
Real quick, can I say something?
What?
How mad are you that our son's going to be born in Oklahoma?
I thought about that.
Our
I'm a little mad.
Our son's going to be in Oklahoma.
But no, he's going to come back to Texas at some point.
I know, but his birth certificate's always.
I know. It's hard for me. I'm still trying to accept it.
It's so funny.
I obviously like joked and I was like, Caleb, I will never move to Oklahoma. But I've talked about this where I said that the more that you pray to God to have your desires align with his and his will, God totally, again, changed my heart. Same thing with the baby, same thing with moving. Just being open-handed with the Lord, I think is the best thing you can do. And also just trusting my husband. Like Caleb really was like, babe, I think this is going to be so good for our marriage. And anytime I ran this by best friends where I was like, guys, I think we're going to move to Oklahoma. I was thinking they were going to be like, why would you do that? And every single one was like, that's going to be so good for you. And I was like,
yeah.
What? Friends were in support and people were encouraging us. And we had a lot of people just say how living in a smaller, quote unquote, smaller town is just so good for family and for faith and for your marriage.
And we're still moving to, like, the city we're moving to is a big city.
Yeah.
But
it's not as big as Dallas.
Yes. And to let people know, it's not Tulsa. It's Oklahoma City area. Mm-hmm. It's not in Oklahoma City, but it's in a different area.
Yeah, we're not far from Oklahoma City.
Yeah. And so it's still a big city. There's so much opportunity. The city's growing. If you look at like Oklahoma City on the map, I believe it's in the top 25 biggest cities in America. And there's just a ton of opportunity. I'm so pumped to get involved in the city, in the community, in church. But I did take the LSAT and I'm still waiting for, hopefully I get accepted into the law school. So we really don't know. There's a chance I don't get into school there. And that would just mean that we would just wait another year, which is fine. It's not ideal.
Yeah.
I pray that I get in this fall, but if not, then
I think he's going to get in. Timing. I really genuinely think he's going to get in. And I know that might sound crazy, but we're stepping out in faith. And truly, like when God has been so amazing in this whole process. Every single time we just prayed, okay, God, give us the go throughout this whole last year and a half or last year, God would say, no, not yet, not yet, not yet. And I would always want to jump ahead or rush ahead or God, I want to move now. Or I want to do this now. And God would just give us both nudges of like, it's not time yet. Or even if God gave me a nudge, he would give Caleb not yet. And then vice versa. There was times where you were like, let's just do it. And I would be like, I don't think now is the time. God will confirm that to both you and your partner, and you'll feel it in your spirit, and doors will start to open. And so what started to happen is my heart was changing. Doors started to open. Things literally fell into place like you would not believe it.
Yeah.
And I did this 40-day prayer challenge. It's the Mark Batterson Draw the Circle book. And I prayed over this whole situation almost every single night.
Yeah.
And specific prayers for his score, for where we would move, for the house, for selling this house, and everything that I asked the Lord for, he gave. And I journaled this morning, and I was just like, God, I almost feel undeserving of that. And I just said, thank you, Lord, for giving us favor and blessings, because I don't feel like I deserve that, but he did anyway. And it just reminds me of Ephesians 3:20, where it says he will give you exceedingly and abundantly more than you can ask for. And that's truly what I feel like he's done for us.
Yeah. You cried yesterday.
I did cry.
It is sad. Like Janine is, I don't think you ever saw yourself moving out of Texas and going to your rival, but you are leaving. We do have some family here, and this isn't an easy decision, but you've been so supportive of me, my dreams. You know, law school is not going to be easy if I get accepted. On top of that, raising a baby, we're going to have to be a team. And I think we'll be surrounded by an amazing community, and we're pumped up, dude. Like, let's go. Like, I'm all in. Of course, I grew up in Oklahoma, so I'm biased, but like, I love this city. I love everything about what it stands for and community and the Thunder. Like, guys, the Thunder are the number one team in the NBA right now. And we just have, we're in the beginning of something great. There's a dynasty brewing, and I can't wait to look back and go, man, we chose to move to support our team, our NBA team. We moved because of them. We moved because of Shea. We moved because of Jalen Williams. We moved because of these guys.
I think I need to take this jersey off now.
No, keep it on. But like, I'm joking. I'm completely joking. We didn't move because of the team, but it is fun to know that we're in the beginning stages of, I think, the golden years of Oklahoma and the roaring 20s. And I think that we're going to look up in 5 years and go, dang, we moved here when no one, like, I think you're one of the first kind of big, like,
I don't know anyone that's moved to Oklahoma City, to be honest.
Yeah. So like
I really don't. I don't know a single influencer out there.
I think this is the start of a massive migration to Oklahoma. I think you are the beginning phase of what I think will be thousands and thousands of people getting on their wagon and hiking their way to Oklahoma.
You think I have that much pull?
I think you created a land run.
Hey, y'all, move to Oklahoma and be my friend, because I have no friends out there.
You have friends.
I do.
You have friends.
But like, Caleb just mentioned that I cried. And I want to just still talk about that, because I feel like this feeling of...
Your eyes are watering.
No, they're not. Yeah. Stop it. I feel like the feeling of excitement and sadness can coexist. And I can very much, say this is a very bittersweet thing, where I'm sad to leave Dallas. But it's so funny. I'm literally moving 4 years later to the date.
That you moved to Dallas.
That I moved to Dallas. And so much has happened in 4 years. God did what he needed to do in these last 4 years, and I'm so thankful. But I am sad. I built an amazing community here. I got all my gyms. I got my spas, my facialists, my nail girl, my hair girl. I am going to miss all my girls. But I also feel like Dallas has gotten a little too...
It's a little Beverly Hills.
A little too LA, if you ask me. And I would say Dallas does not feel the same as when I knew it growing up. And of course, any city's going to evolve and change. But even the last 4 years, it's drastically changed. And I think when it comes to raising a baby, we're really excited to do that in Oklahoma. I think it's just more affordable. Prices of houses, y'all, way more affordable.
And you bought this house at the right perfect
I bought it
time.
during COVID.
So we were able to roll the equity over and get, an awesome spot.
Caleb didn't force me to do anything, and we felt aligned, and it feels right. And especially when we house hunted, I just told him, I said, hey, let's find the right house, and then I will be so amped to go,
We need to tell that story.
What?
The house story.
Oh, okay.
Can I set it up? Or
you can. You're good at setting it up.
Okay. So we're in Oklahoma. We're like 4-ish months into looking at homes. We're going back and forth. we haven't found anything, and our house is getting close to being sold, and we're just like we're getting a little desperate. We're like, is there any good houses that we really want that's felt like home?
That didn't need work. We looked for 4 months plus, and just no house felt right. And there were so many times where we would walk into a home and you could, we could make this work. We could do this. It's kind of like a relationship where you're like, I could make this work.
You're like, he got all the bones.
Yeah, like he's got this and he's kind of cute. And if I close one eye and whatever, but like every time I walked in, I mean, you should always pray for this. You pray and you walk in and you have a feeling that God's given you. I just remember telling, Caleb's mom, like, when I walk in a house, I want it to feel like that feeling. Mm-hmm. And the house that we have now, out of how many houses did we look at?
30s, 40s.
20, 30?
Yeah.
First house that I was like, I mean, my heart like lit up, my face lit up. I was like, babe, look at the smile on my face. And you said no.
I don't really know why I felt hesitant. It was a little further from my family than I was thinking. But the more we prayed about it, the more we thought about it, I was like, you know what? This house is starting to feel like home. Like, I remember we were actually in Nashville with our friends, and we were looking at the house on the TV with our friends, and I looked at Janine. I was like, let's just put an offer.
Yeah, and I just kept showing our friends this house. It wasn't even our house. And I kept being like, guys, look at the house we're going to get. And Caleb was like, Jay, we don't even have this house yet. But I kept speaking almost as if it were our house.
Yeah.
And the more we looked at it, the more you liked it.
And we I don't want to say we lowballed him, but we definitely offered a lot less than what it was worth.
Yeah.
And he accepted it, which was crazy.
Well, also one big factor why Caleb didn't want the house, which is so valid. And also I personally was trying to avoid this, is the house has a pool.
Yeah, it does have a pool.
And for safety reasons, having a toddler eventually in this house, we didn't really want to pay for the maintenance of a pool. That was something that we were like, okay, are we willing to kind of negotiate on that? And we did. And now we're really excited about it because summers are very hot in the South. And our house is going to be the hosting house. Like, we're so excited to get to use this house to host Christmases, families. I want to host church events, Bible studies. I mean, we said if we're going to buy a house, we're going to use it to bless people. And that's also what I've done with this house. This house is literally a third of the size. And is it a third, you think?
Close.
Something like that. And we've still used this house to bless people. And I think it's just an example of like, not saying I'm this like amazing thing, but like, I think a lot of people think that when I get there, then I'll start stewarding my gifts, or then I'm going to start using, doing what God's called me to do. And I think if you start with what you have now, God's going to reward that. And I'm not saying God's rewarding me. I'm just saying I've always had a heart to host. And it's so cool that with this house, we really are going to have the ability to do that. But having a smaller, quote unquote, smaller house did not stop me from doing that. But that house definitely has a lot more space than this one does. Yeah.
And it's fun for us to be able to, I moved into your house. And so this feels like our house. It feels like we've built something together.
Yeah.
And that's like super, super exciting. And who knows? Also, another thing we're pumped about is, honestly, like, I feel like we're going to be able to post a lot of cool stuff. Yeah. More YouTube, more podcasting. I can't wait to share the journey of going to law school and the baby and all these things. And
moving vlogs, decorating our house. Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really exciting, but it's also gonna be hard. We're gonna have those nights in Oklahoma where we're like, what did we just do? Yeah, but I also think that the great reason why we wanted to move there, and a huge reason why we didn't decide to move to Nashville, is the baby. And when I thought about it, I was like, okay, I don't want to be in a new city. My husband's in law school. You are, 8 to 6 studying at school, whatever. I'm alone with the baby, also trying to do social media. We wanted to have help. We wanted to have family around. And I'm so grateful for his family because his sisters both get summers off. And that was a big reason too. They were like, we would love to help you as much as possible. Your mom, your aunt, there's so many awesome family members. In Dallas, I'd really only just have my mom. My brother has 5 kids, so like they can't really do much because they already got their hands full. And so
it just made sense.
Yeah.
And this timing now feels so divine, and it feels like it's making sense. And we obviously wanted to move before the baby came, and we have 3 more months before I'm too large. We were like, now's the time to go.
Yeah. Let's talk about Nashville.
Okay.
Let's talk about, because it is just funny how so many people thought we were going to Nashville.
Well, you know, in their mind, and I totally get this, it's like the natural next step for an influencer to do when they start a family. That's like at least what I've seen online, is they think, okay, if you're a Christian, if you have kids, you're going to move to Nashville.
I could see us there in 7 years.
I get the hype, which I feel like it's not fair to
Let's
kind
slow
of.
down. Let's stay in Oklahoma.
Okay. I feel like it's not really fair to, I guess, condemn or judge people if they do want to move to Nashville, because there's a lot of reasons.
It's a great state.
But I get it. Like, just like Dallas has so many outsiders that are moving in. Our traffic is insane. Our prices are insane. Everything's more expensive. Gas, traffic, all of that is insane. So I understand locals there being like, stop moving to our state, you know? But I'm like, there's enough room for all of us, you know?
Yeah. If we would have moved there, there would have been, you know, it's just funny. People always have opinions. They go, you're hopping on the bandwagon. It's like, who cares? Like, honestly, Franklin and Nashville is I think besides Oklahoma, like, it's like my 2 favorite, besides Oklahoma City, it's like my 2 favorite cities.
It's gorgeous.
And
Gorgeous.
California, fix your taxes and we would think about it.
Yeah, we were like, should we do San Diego? And then again, we were like, raising a baby there.
Dude, you got to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars to move to freaking California.
It's expensive.
It is so
You
expensive.
cannot buy your dream home unless you're making millions and millions of dollars. But also, I don't think I'd ever go back to California, to be honest.
Me either. It's too nice. It's like eating cake every day. California is 75 degrees. You need some 30-degree days. You need some pipes to freeze.
I did need seasons. Yeah. I missed seasons when I lived there. I love seasons. And you know what? Oklahoma has pretty good seasons. Cold there. Better than Dallas, but it gets cold.
Yeah. Someone said that they thought we were moving in with Maddie and Grant.
That's so funny. I don't know if...
You think they'd let us in?
No.
You think we called Maddie and Grant? We said, hey...
if we were in a pinch, but long term, no. Yeah, Nashville, we looked, we thought, we prayed, and God said, no.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are... What?
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, we're excited to bring you guys along with us, because it's also, first, let me just say, this feels so good to finally talk about. We have been hiding this for so long. And I had someone be like, why do influencers take so long to ever share this type of stuff? Well, A, you don't want to say it, it doesn't happen. And B, like, you want to make sure everything's set in stone, like contracts and...
It's very difficult when you share your life online, but when you have contracts and you have things that could fall through, it's like you don't want to speak too quickly. It would be immature.
Yeah.
And you got to wait till the contracts until the signature hits the contract and the funds, you know, hit your bank account. It's never 100%. And so today was the first day where it was. What else? What else are we thinking?
Well, yeah, I just want to say, like, I'm just so excited about this house, because we get to raise our son in this house, and we're going to be there for a while, and we may have, you know, a second kid in this house. And so we wanted a house that had enough space for, you know, babies. And I work completely from home. So we need a podcast room, and this house has everything that we need. And we're so excited to show you guys the house whenever the time comes.
We're going to do, I think, a house tutorial this week or next week.
Tutorial?
Yeah.
Baby, a house tutorial means how to build a house.
Okay. A house, whatever you call it.
House tour.
House tour.
Speaking of building a house, I talked about this in the vlog. I listened to this song again today, and I started tearing up a little bit.
Yeah.
There's this song called "To Build a Home," and the morning that Caleb and I went to go look at the house one more time before we put an offer, we drove up to Oklahoma. We were like, we need to make sure that this is the house that we want, because we were about to put an offer without even seeing it one more time. So we drove up to Oklahoma for just like 12 hours. We looked at the house, and the morning that we woke up, I just kept hearing, it was like, it felt audible in my head. It was that song, "To Build a Home." And it's like, this is a place that feel at home. And I got teary-eyed, and I was like, Caleb, this song keeps playing in my head, and I played it for us, and we laid in bed and we listened to it, and we prayed that God would show us if it was the house, and it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to that song again today, and I got a little teary eyed.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal, and it's emotional for me going back home. You know, that is super fun and exciting. Just to shine a light on this amazing state and shine a light that I do think Oklahoma gets a bad rap, and I think we're like the little brother to Texas. People always say
You are.
sure, but like in all seriousness, there are some of the best people, some of the best churches, the best community. Craig Rochelle's there. Life Church. And so we have a lot of great things, and we're growing. I think like we're building like the tallest, potentially that Oklahoma City is going to put in like the biggest like skyscraper in America.
That's crazy.
It hasn't got approved, but they're talking about it.
I still don't understand that.
Yeah. Go look it up. It's insane.
It's insane.
So we're kind of talking in circles, but I'm just, man, I'm grateful. I'm excited to start this new journey with you. I pray, guys, I need your prayers. I pray that I get into law school. I think
we'll find out this week.
Yeah, we should find out this week. The thing is it's kind of, what's the word? It's kind of vulnerable to like talk about it because there's potential failure, you know, and it's like scary to talk about because it's not fun thinking about being known as the guy who, it's like if I don't get in, everyone's gonna know. Oh, he didn't get into law school. You know, he's not smart enough.
But that's not true though.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens, like I'm proud of you because you genuinely did your best. You studied so hard, and the rest is up to God. I always told Caleb, I was like, the rest is up to God now. Like you did your part, the rest is up to God. But I don't feel like that would happen.
Yeah,
I just don't. And also, if anyone like judges you for that, that's just ridiculous because at some point, everybody has failure. Everyone has rejection. Everyone has no's.
I think it's more my biggest fear is we move to Oklahoma, then I don't get accepted. And then it's like, dang, like we kind of moved here for me to go to law school here. We did move there because of family and the baby. And ultimately I'll try again the next year. But there's still that like fear of like, dang, that would suck not to get in. What if and then I have these like intrusive, crazy, worst case scenario thoughts where I'm like, what if I never get in? What if I just moved to Oklahoma for no reason? What if we just bought this house?
That's not happening.
You know, I know.
Yeah, that's where you got to catch
it's
the
still
enemy.
scary.
Caleb has a lot of friends in Oklahoma. So like, we're not starting over. Like you have so many friends. A lot of your friends have babies and a lot of your childhood best friends are there. His whole family's there, which is great. Like it's great because now I get to spend more time with his family and deeply know them better.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think it'll be fun.
Yeah. And if you live in Oklahoma, we're going to be doing some fun community events. We are, for the OKC Memorial Marathon, we're going to do a shakeout run. We're going to have coffee there. We'll get to meet Janine, get to see the baby bump. We're going to do
I think I'm going to do the 5K.
Yeah. We'll do like a little 1 mile, 2 mile run, take some photos, sign some books, do some fun things. We're also doing a live podcast. Was it April 6th?
April 5th.
So April 5th, live podcast, Dallas, Texas, in Dallas. Tickets will go on sale hopefully this week. Maybe they're on sale right now.
Yeah. Just stay up to date. Follow my stuff. Follow my Happy and Healthy page, my account, and we'll be announcing all more details soon. We just want to get the date out so that you guys can either travel if you want to, or just save it or budget. We don't know the tickets yet, but they won't be.
I think we're gonna have 2 ticket options. Just one general admission, and then the other one we'll do like a
meet and greet.
Yeah, a VIP thing.
Yeah. But save the day. We're so excited. This was actually on my bucket list before the baby comes, doing a live podcast show. And we're just going to do it. We're pumped. We want to hang out with you guys. We want to meet you guys. And that was, some things I've gotten in my suggestions is just like, you guys want us to do more live events, and we want to, but y'all, it does require a lot of help and some prep work, but we want to do it. We want to meet you guys, want to meet our community. We're just so thankful for you guys.
This podcast has been.
Yeah, and we can't do anything without you guys, truly.
And I just want to say thank you to you guys. You guys have been so supportive, and guys, we see every comment. We can't respond to every comment, but we see almost every comment. We see it. Don't ever stop. It means so much. You guys have welcomed me in with open arms into this community. And you guys been, there's haters, there's people who've said mean things, but most of y'all are amazing. And so from every comment to every share to every like, we're able to make this podcast because of y'all.
Yeah.
And it
and we
means
do it
so
for
much.
y'all.
And we can't wait to keep growing, post some fun content. And it's exciting.
Yeah, truly. Like, I've been doing this for so long, and you guys have been with me on this journey of moving and buying a house and baby and marriage and all the things. It just means the absolute world to me. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And I would love to just continue to find ways to give back to you guys this year. And also, don't we need to give away a book if someone guessed it right? Or was that?
Yes. Actually, on the podcast live, I'm going to read a winner.
Yeah, pick a winner because we didn't do this last time. And if you win, please check the description and email me and give me like proof that that's who you are. And we'll send you a piece of merch as well as my book, Becoming Happy and Healthy.
Yep.
But it's on that last episode.
JD, is that how you spell J? Is that JD?
Yeah, JDS.
JDS1780.
What'd she say?
So excited for you two on this new journey as parents, new city, and new community. Prayers to Caleb that he gets the LSAT score he wants. My guess is Oklahoma.
Woohoo!
Let's freaking go. JD, we will DM us and we'll email us.
Email the email in the description.
We'll get proof of identity and we'll send you some fun stuff.
Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys.
Also,
yes.
if you're single, you want to come to this live podcast because I'm going to be auctioning off 3 of my guy best friends.
Oh, yeah.
So if you come to the podcast, you will be entered with a chance to go on a date
Or find your husband
with some of my friends. And so sign up and maybe get married.
Yeah, who knows? That's funny.
Yeah.
You might meet your husband or you may meet your best friend. Who
Or
knows?
he might break your heart.
I hope your friends don't do that.
Maybe. They're single for a reason.
You're going to get so much hate for that from them.
Yeah, I know.
They're going to send you a mean text after that.
Sorry, fellas.
No, these guys are catches. They're awesome. I recommend them.
They're catches, but no one taking the bait.
That's true.
That's true. Ain't nobody take the bait yet.
Maybe on this show they will get
my guy
wiped
friends.
up.
My guy friends clown me so much they make fun of me. So this is my opportunity to throw some stones.
So true.
Just throw some stones.
They clown you a little too much.
Yeah, they make fun of me. They hurt my heart.
No,
my
they
soul hurts because of them sometimes.
You got thick skin because of them.
Listen, they are single for a reason, but that doesn't mean that you guys can't be the woman of their dreams. Okay?
I think you could.
I think you could too.
Yeah. Anyway, mark your calendars. We love you guys.
Go
We'll
Thunder.
see you guys next, actually in Oklahoma, because this is our last weekend here.
Yeah, we're gonna film the next podcast in the
We're
new house.
not going to be filming at all anymore in this house.
We need to set up the podcast equipment in the middle of the house. No furniture.
I need to cry.
Yeah.
I
Hey, show them the jersey.
I did cry once. It's bittersweet, but yeah. So next week we'll have an episode with a guest. I'm super excited about it. Stay tuned. But the following week after that, we'll be in our new house. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next Tuesday for another episode of Happy and Healthy. But until then,
Stay happy and healthy. Go Thunder.
Go Mavs.
See you.
Go Mavs and go Longhorns.